Hello, Potato. It's a world of laughter and a world of tears. It's a world of small vinyl collectible figurines. And there's so much that we share that it's time we're aware that it's weekend magic after all. For September the 3rd, we're finally into September now, which means Christmas is like 3 months away, which is why we're starting to see those wonderful Night Before Christmas style displays where they get Christmas stuff and Halloween stuff in around the same time. But that's not what we're talking about today. Today we're talking about Funko Pops to be specific. And as you can probably guess from the intro, or indeed just the title of the video, the Pops we're talking about today are the new ones released for, I assume they're released for the Small World anniversary. It's been 55 years since It's a Small World debuted at Disneyland. And while there has been plenty of merchandise for it over the years, pins and toys and such, even a lovely collection of dolls, I think for the 50th anniversary? I don't remember exactly how long ago those came out, but it was around, I think around 5 years ago. Might have been longer. I really don't remember. When you get to this age, time just blurs. But they have released some new Small World items this year through Funko in the form of Funko Pops. We have Pop 1071, Kenya, 1072, Japan, 1073, the United States, and 1074, England. Yep, according to the back of the box, there are only 4 of them, which is odd. I mean, they made, I think, like 8 of the dolls. But wait, there isn't just 4 of them. There is another. And that is Pop 1076, Mexico, the 2021 Summer Convention Limited Edition Pop. This one seems to be a Walmart exclusive. That's where I found it. Oddly, more expensive than any of the other ones. These ones came from Box Lunch and Hot Topic. She came from Walmart. These were all, $10.90. I think that would be a Hot Topic tag. And $12.90, I think, at Box Lunch, or it could be reversed. You'd think they'd be the same, given that those stores are the same company, but they're not. And this one here was $15 at Target, the discount store, the store that's meant to be always low prices. I guess just not always lower than the specialty mall stores. Go figure. And she also, though, on the back only shows the normal 4, although she does have her picture there, just like they do. Now, the numbering is weird, because of course it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 6. I cannot find any reference to there being a 1075. When I try searching for 1075, for some reason, they always want to show me Hawaii 1073. So I don't know, maybe if there's a variant of her that's numbered 1075, but usually Funko calls their variants the same number. It makes me really wish, because, if you collect Funko Pops, you know that their numbering system doesn't seem to mean much of anything. There are lots of Pops named Pop 001 for different series, for random reasons. Some series, like this, start at 1071. Why? I don't know. Where's 1070 and below? I mean, you could theoretically make a Pop of, probably over 1,000 different things for the Small World ride, but why would you? So yeah, I don't know if there is another Small World Pop or not. I wish they numbered them like Lego. I wish each Pop had a unique number so I could go and search for it. Because like when I was looking at those armor mech things. And yeah, the joints on these still kind of stink. I noticed there was that number gap between the sets. I was able to look it up and see that there was like a completely unrelated Avengers Iron Man set that went in the number gap. But you can't do that with these. And it's kind of annoying. But this is where we are. If there's another one and I find it and I'm able to get a hold of it, it'll be in a future video. It just won't be a Small World dedicated one. So let's pop these guys out of their boxes and see what we have. So let's start with Pop 1070, Kenya. I think it's a very cute one. First of all, they all came with little stands, which is nice. I'm seeing that more and more frequently now. They tried to sell those stands for a while. I'm sure you still can buy them because they have like hundreds of these things that didn't come with stands. But In particular, this series, with the exception of maybe Hawaii and Mexico, they're all very column-like, small feet at the center, of course, big pop heads, which makes them have a very high center of gravity, and they would fall over rather easily, much like our, the maid from last year's Haunted Mansion. Now, I don't think that one came with a stand. I think that was like right before the stand started coming out. And yeah, she didn't stand up well at all. And of course, let's address the elephant in the room. A lot of the classic Disney stuff, while made with the best of intent, I believe, as culturally problematic through modern eyes. And one could argue that Small World, despite clearly being built with the best of intentions of uniting the world as one people, is a ride composed entirely of stereotypes. All of them. Every country represented in it is a stereotype, right down to the fact that the U.S. is Hawaii, and then cowboys, and I believe some Native Americans too. And yeah, that's also problematic. But it is made with the best of intent, and I'm going to move forward with that in mind. If the depictions of certain nationalities are bothersome to you, I totally understand it. Feel free to leave this video now. I'll come on back tomorrow, we'll do some Lego, or come on back next week when I don't know what I'll look at. Depends on what I have. But moving on, we're not going to discuss stereotypes again. We're going to look at these with the best possible intent in mind. So Kenya has what to, I think, your average American of the 1950s, a traditional looking garment on. I have no idea if that's a traditional garment or not, because I'm an American, and I just haven't ever looked that much into Kenyan culture. But I think it's a nicely designed garment. I think the printing on it is very nice, and it's actually quite detailed, I think, for something so small. The hair is nicely sculpted. The face is, of course, just those dead, black, soulless eyes that pretty much all Pops have. And that's fine. That's to be expected. But it's a cute Pop, and it does look like its doll counterpart. I kind of wish I could get those dolls out and we could compare them, but maybe we'll do that sometime in the future. The dolls are kind of stored away in a safe place and not easily accessible to me right now, at least not for a Weekend Magic video. Next we have 1072, Japan, and she is in a lovely little kimono, again, just like on the ride, and some nice little sandals, which I think, honestly, I think those square sandals would make her a little bit more stable than the others that are kind of standing in the column pose. But she's got a stand too, and that's fine. Again, the printing on the kimono is very nicely done, I think. Got the little bow on the back here. Yeah. The hair. Again, the hair looks appropriate for the way she looks on the ride, but it's giving me vibes of like the Major from the Ghost in the Shell movie Pops, or maybe the Mummy from the Tom Cruise Mummy Pops. I haven't bought one of those. I could be completely wrong on that one in particular. I've never even seen that movie. But it is a nice Pop. They've given her little eyelashes to make her look a little more feminine, because, yeah, let's face it, Pops can look a little gender neutral, even when you don't mean for them to. Next is 1073, Hawaii. Sorry, the United States. I keep calling her Hawaii, but she is, of course, meant to represent the United States in this series. And she is one that is not in the column pose. She's actually kind of in mid-hula, as they are in the ride. She's got a little grass skirt, flower in her hair, and I think her feet being spaced apart means she might actually stand up a little better on her own. Alternately, the fact that she's kind of in an awkward pose may make her even more top-heavy towards the front, because the head does seem to be a little front to center there. Yep, that's a very nice little sculpt. Again, they've given her the eyelashes to let you know she is a female, if the skirt was not enough of a hint. And and it is the only U.S. one, I guess, because between that, the cowboy, and the Native American depictions, one, she's more iconic. They made a doll of her after all. And two, maybe the least stereotypical, in that, at least when you go to Hawaii on vacation as a tourist, this is how they dress to entertain the tourists, which, again, problematic, but we're not going to talk about that here. But she's nicely in mid-hula pose, and she's a nice addition to the set. Then we have the last of the main four, 1074, England. in a nice little Beefeater costume, got his little staff. I think, honestly, for detail, I think he's probably my favorite of the collection. He's got a lot, I think he's got a lot more detail on him. It may also just be that I have a thing for the United Kingdom, thanks to years of growing up watching British comedy. Yep, it's a nicely sculpted one. Again, I feel like this is the most detailed. Maybe it's just because the hat. The hat is so large, and it makes him a little bit bigger than the rest of them. Yeah, it's a nice, cute one. Got the little detail on the staff here, and he comes off the stand, and I don't... See, this is what I mean. There's no way you could put him up on a shelf out of his box without his stand. He is way too top heavy. That hat makes him massively top heavy. And again, he's in this kind of column pose. And even here, the hand holding the staff is, I think, pulling him off a little bit, although it seems like he wants to fall backwards. So I could be completely wrong about that. And finally, we have 1076, our 2021 Summer Convention Limited Edition Mexico Pop. I kind of thought when I first saw pictures of her online, because she had this this sticker on her, I was thinking she'd be at like Hot Topic or Box Lunch, because they carry a lot of the ones with these stickers on them. I didn't even realize that Walmart carried those kind. But then when I searched around online to try to figure out where to get her, that's where it kept popping up, is Walmart. She doesn't say Walmart exclusive, but that's the only place I've seen reference to her actually being sold online, and that is where I found her. And honestly, she was quite easy to find. I thought for sure she would be difficult. I thought I'd almost have to be buying her at SAC Anime this weekend, because I just thought she would be hard to get a hold of. But nope, went into the first Walmart I went into. She was there in their little pop culture area, which, to their credit, they seem to be preserving better than Target is. Target is shrinking theirs down to like 4 feet now, and even then it's not properly stocked. But Walmart still seems to have like a whole half an aisle dedicated to it, which is kind of cool. I may have to check them out a little more often now. But she is, she's got a little defect in her paint there. I didn't notice that before. When I pick them up, I tend to look almost more at the boxes than I do the pops inside them, and maybe that's a mistake. But she is in mid-swirl of her dress. And let's look at the back here. Again, an American's idea of a traditional garb. How traditional it is, I don't know, and I'm not going to get into. Some more flowers in her hair. And again, if the dress and braids weren't enough of a clue, we've given her the little eyelashes to make her look more feminine. And honestly, looking at her, she almost looks like a little sad to me. Maybe it's just me. Maybe it's, I don't know, because like, it doesn't seem like she has any different expression than the other ones, which is to say they have no expression. But I don't know, she looks a little sad somehow. Huh. Weird. Still, I need to figure out what 1075 is, if it's anything, and I guess add that in later on. So there we have it. All of our It's a Small World Pops out of the box, probably for the only time in their existence. They will shortly go back in their boxes, be stacked up, and never see the light of day again. At least not without seeing it through the plastic cover on their boxes. And that brings us to what got me through this week, and I got nothing. I got nothing this week. Everything's repetitious. I finished watching Darwin's Game, and that was quite interesting. I kind of thought around episode 11 that it was going to have a weak ending, because it seemed like it was kind of a small stakes issue. But no, they pulled it out, set it up for a second season, which hopefully they will get. Otherwise, ultimately the series was kind of small stakes. I guess it's sort of a happy ending if it doesn't get a second season, but unsatisfying to say the least. I'm gonna have to read the manga. I guess the manga is like 20 volumes or something. I discovered that Netflix has a live action version of Way of the House Husband, but it's subtitled only, so I really need to dedicate time to sit and watch that. I watched the first episode. They're very short, much like the Way of the House Husband anime and indeed the manga. So you can watch it in little short bursts, and it does not follow. Whether the anime follows the manga like exactly, the live action one did a sequence that is either from later on in the manga than I've read, or is just a totally original thing, but nicely done. So I guess I'll just go with what got me through the week is looking forward to SAC Anime, which, as you're watching this video, it is day 2 of SAC Anime. Day 1 was yesterday, day 3 is tomorrow. And yeah, hopefully I will have some lovely things from there to show off in next Sunday's video when I do a SAC anime video. But that is going to wrap us up for this week. It's the end of Weekend Magic, although the whole weekend still lies before you. Go make some magic with it. And hey, if you're in the Sacramento area, come on out to SAC Anime. Just remember to bring your masks. I do thank you for watching. I hope you found this all interesting or entertaining. If you did, give the video a like, make sure you're subscribed to the channel, and I'll see you in the next video.